Hey guys, welcome back to the True Rock Podcast. My name is Zach, and today, guys, we're here with AJ Brown.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
AJ, bro. So obviously, you play basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Ohio, transferred back to Florida. If you weren't playing basketball, though, what would you be doing?
Man, it's a great question. If I wasn't playing basketball, I'd probably definitely have a basketball organization, like a youth sport organization, give back to the youth, especially what I was taught growing up. Huge in giving back, especially to those that might not know what it takes to get to a certain level, especially if you want to play at a high level in basketball. That I would probably be somewhere in the youth sport and just giving back in that way. If not, what was always on my mind when I was younger was being an actor. I wanted to be somebody who played basketball but was also an actor. And maybe if I didn't put all my time into basketball, maybe I could have been a little actor on the side, been in little movies, little TV shows. We don't know, maybe. But yeah, definitely. If I wasn't playing basketball, I'd definitely have my own sport organization. My dad actually has one right now. He has more than basketball and also Rossi Sports. So I'll probably be either doing my own thing or helping him do what he has going on and help him with that.
Yeah, that's lit. What about, bro, I got to go back to this now. Being an actor, bro, what kind of movie would you be in?
What kind of movie would I be in? Yeah, I think I would love to be in like an action movie. Like an action comedy. Like Central Intelligence, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Where it's like a lot of action, but it's also like really funny.
Yeah, so you'd be Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Yeah, I'll try to be. I'll be the AJ Brown version of Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Who would be The Rock, though, bro? Who would be your...
Who would be The Rock?
Like, out of the guys you know, bro.
Dang, who would be The Rock? I pick Ruben.
Ruben?
Ruben Chenulu. Yeah, he could be The Rock, man. That'd be Ruben. For sure.
Oh, my gosh,
People going to pay to watch that movie for sure.
For sure. Well, give me a quote you think Ruben would say or you would say. Like, what would, like, the...
Actually, I don't know if I can say that on the camera.
Oh. Matter of fact, bro, we have to call Ruben right now, bro. Ruben, you're in the movie, buddy. But if you're somebody looking for an actor, dude, this guy's pretty good.
Hey man, I haven't done it ever, but with the right teachers, with the right preparation, I think I could be a good product.
Dude, I already think you're a great product, bro.
Nah,
I think you got
it,
dude.
I appreciate that, man.
Like we've been hanging out the last couple hours, and it's dude's great at acting.
I appreciate that, man. Wait. Who said I was acting? Yo, nah.
I didn't mean that. I just thought about what I said, bro. No.
I was being for real. Oh, you're talking about...
Yeah, wait.
Hey, Zach, I got this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This is so cool, bro. Dude, my dang jaw muscles hurt, bro.
Yeah, me too, bro. I smile and laugh all the time, bro.
Bro, we're just sitting there and bro just starts laughing. I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
Man.
Dude, that's funny. So an actor. Or a sports agency, person, director, guy.
No, not agency. Youth sports
organizer.
Director. Yeah, not organizer, but organization.
That's what I meant. That's what I was trying to say. Anyways, bro, so obviously all the fun, but there is a side of seriousness.
Maybe. Nah, there is.
There's not. There is.
There's a time to have fun, and there's a time to be serious. I was actually reading Ecclesiastes this morning about there's a time for everything.
Time for everything, bro. Dude, Ecclesiastes like, dude, if you don't know who Jesus is, bro,
yeah, facts.
Just chill,
it's
bro.
all meaningless. We're actually talking about
like,
it at Greenhouse, bro. He was like,
everything.
It's just meaningless. Everything meaningless.
You can have
what you
everything.
do tomorrow does not matter. Bro, my dog was going through it, man.
My dog
Solomon was going through it.
Bro, it's cool, bro. This don't matter. That don't matter.
Right.
If it ain't done unto the Lord, it ain't done for a reason.
Exactly.
Well, anyways, bro, speaking of the Lord and speaking of all that stuff, when did you actually meet Jesus?
Well, I'll say I've met Jesus at a young age.
Okay.
At a young age, definitely my parents and grandparents were huge in their faith.
Word.
So they pushed a lot of the Christian ideals in the household, Christian ideals, and how we lived. So we went to church, we went to Sunday school, we did all those things. So I'll say that's like when I met Jesus.
Yeah.
Like when I started to know of Jesus and knew certain things, certain scriptures here and there. But it wasn't really until like this past July where I actually gave my life to Jesus.
Word.
Like I knew of Jesus. I would talk to him here and there, but I wasn't abiding by his law, abiding by him. I wasn't surrendering my life to him. I wasn't putting all my judgment and all my actions subjected under him. So I wouldn't say until July where I actually started to actually know him,
right,
and actually follow him.
Yeah, and then tell me more about that, bro. Like what what happens, what changes, what goes on, like what is okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I know Jesus, but like the dude across the street know Jesus, and I think me and you both know there's a difference in like knowing Jesus and wow, I actually know who Jesus is. So tell me like through that, like what are some things you've learned, bro? Just offer it, like.
I think I've learned with on my walk with Christ is that you feel a different type of love.
Okay.
I think like you have brotherly love, you have your parents' love,
Right.
but there's a different love when God's involved.
Okay.
When Jesus is involved, that unconditional, the agape, the God's love. I think, especially like when you're going through something rough, yeah, it's nice to have people around you, but when you have somebody who loves you through the thick and thin, who loves you when you do something bad, or when you do something that you don't want to tell nobody, but he's like, you can tell me whatever you want.
Right.
You're never too far gone. Like his love is so unconditional that there's people out there who reject him and say, no, you're not the Messiah, you're not this, you're not that. Like I want nothing to do with you, but he still loves you. There's something different about that, and actually getting the chance to experience that, even when times are high, experiencing that is different, and when times are low, experiencing that is just amazing. It's just something that when you do experience, you're like, man, I'm a broken person, and I don't even deserve this love, but Jesus did anyway because he loves us.
Yeah.
And we should want to love each other just because he loves us and we're not perfect. We constantly deny him, constantly just push him away. And just knowing that he loves us through it all is just something that I think I've learned and I've appreciated and grateful for in my walk with Christ.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think what's so neat, bro, and this is probably, I think this is one of the coolest things to me because I would never have done this. So when Jesus was getting crucified, right, he wasn't cursing the people crucified. He was like, Father, forgive them.
Exactly.
Like, dude, nah, bro, you, nah.
That's why I'm saying, like, look, there's a reason
like,
why.
bro, what?
There's a reason why. There's a reason why Jesus is God. Because God, what? They did that to me?
Man, I'd be ready to go to somebody when they honk the horn at me, bro.
Exactly.
Like, I'm chilling,
why you honking?
Bro, I was like, honk if you love Jesus thing. On the back of his car, he's like, yeah, bro, sometimes people just be honking at me, and I'm like, bro,
Actually, wait, yeah. So I have a honk if you love Jesus on the back of my car. And sometimes when people honk, I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you honking at me? What? The light is red. Why are you honking? And then I look through the rearview mirror, and they're like waving, like, yeah. I was like, oh, my bad. Let me check my heart posture there. I'm like,
forgot about that one.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm glad you love Jesus. God bless. Oh, man.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. All right, bro. So you were talking about how, like, it's a love that it's through your highs and through your lows. A question I have for you. Obviously, you've struggled with injury or battled with injury the last few years, and this year specifically, and whatever. Obviously, you redshirted here at Florida, so that means you didn't play a minute on the court. Do you feel like God sat you down for a reason this season?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Talk me through it.
Like, growing up, basketball was everything.
Okay.
Basketball was who I was. Like, describe yourself. Who are you?
Basketball
Player.
Right.
Like, it wasn't nothing else. So I'm a basketball player. So I think one of the main reasons why I did sit down and why everything happened the way it happened was because Jesus was trying to take my identity from basketball and to put it in him.
Yeah.
Like, because growing up, when basketball was good, it's a great day. Basketball going bad, it's a awful
Yeah.
day. Like, I don't want beer no more.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Man, I'm ready to go home, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, man. Man, just take me home, man. I just want to listen to sad music. But
That's awesome, man. I just listen to sad music.
hey, that's where my
All
playlist.
girls
It is
are the
okay.
same.
Yeah. It's not even their fault. It's basketball. Let me stop.
Hey, been there before.
But yeah, like, I think main reason why I did come to the University of Florida and then redshirted my first year is to really take my identity from basketball and put it into Jesus Christ, a firm foundation, something that's solid, something that where I know where if I do have a bad game, I'm still worthy in his eyes.
Yeah.
Or if I have a great game that I didn't have a great game for myself, I had a great game to glorify him through it all.
Mm.
And coming here and actually sitting back and realizing that was like, wait a minute. Like, I was so focused in tunnel vision on, my sport, where it was like I really wasn't realizing the roller coaster I've been on with my sport. Like, the ups and downs and the emotions that come with the sport.
Yeah.
So where, like, when I started to shift my identity, like, it's hard. Like, I'm still, I haven't done it fully. I'm still trying to because it's hard. Like, when you are in a workout, you miss a shot, you're like, you get mad, you get frustrated.
Yeah.
Because it's just human nature, man. You want to be great at something, you want to be perfect, but you can chase perfection, but you can't be perfect. Right. Only Jesus is perfect.
That's it.
So, changing my identity from that definitely has given me inner peace.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, whatever happens, it's gonna happen for a reason because God's purpose for us in our lives is always gonna be good. There's nothing bad that's gonna come out of it. Like Romans 8:28, I mentioned it a couple times. That it's just God has things for us. Mm-hmm. It might look like it's going bad, but in reality, he's going to use the evil and turn it to good. And that's something that I've come to terms with, that I'm grateful and I thank God every day for. It's just like, I know it might seem uncertain with what my future holds, but I know that what does happen, it's going to be for a good purpose, for a good reason. Yeah. Not only for myself, but to glorify you in the kingdom.
Right. I think that's neat, bro. I think what's really cool is I've had Luke on the podcast, Townsend on the podcast, you on the podcast. And I think what's neat is each one of those people, and you and yourself, have like endured an injury, right? Townsend had a knee injury, and it's like this when she was able to turn her eyes to God.
Yep.
Right, and Luke had a crazy chainsaw accident, and it turned his eyes even closer to God. And then ultimately, what I think is awesome, bro, is God used Luke's story somehow, and then he became an All-American. And Townsend, and now she obviously plays for Florida. Really cool stuff. I think for you, bro, like, just knowing that there is a purpose for that, and there was a plan, even though for you it's like, man, maybe you wanted to play this year, and maybe you didn't. I don't know. I'm sure you probably wanted to play your competitor.
Yeah, of course.
Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
But also too, bro, it's like, man, for somehow, some way, that's going to work out in God's favor. Right, I think it's neat because there's so many like, oh, well, I wanted this, and I wanted this, right? But it's like, honestly, like our wants aren't what God desires. And
exactly.
Like, ultimately, it's like it can't be that, bro. And I think it's so neat. And like you were saying, bro, you started, actually turning your eyes towards God and like taking that initiative in July. Right, when does basketball season really kick up? You said like September?
First official practice starts in September, then like first game November.
Like honestly, bro, like, and maybe you're just way better than me. I know for me, I'd probably been locked in until September, and then it's like I got in basketball and right then I'd have been cooked again. And I think so. It's neat, bro, because it gave you time to even that to like be more locked in. And so obviously you have no idea what the season holds next year, but it's like, bro, I don't have to know.
Exactly.
because I know where my steps are written and guided by. So, but speaking of basketball, you had a lot of time in practice, right? Like you practiced a lot this year.
Yeah.
Because obviously you couldn't play. So when you redshirt, you can practice fully. You just can't play.
Yes.
You get a certain amount of games you can play.
Like I honestly don't know the real rule on that, but what I do know is that if you do play, you could potentially not redshirt.
Yeah.
Unless it's medically, like if I play a certain amount of games, and I get a season-ending injury, then I could medically redshirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were talking about you practice a lot. Give me it could be at Ohio too, whatever one you want to. What's the funniest thing that happened at practice?
Funniest thing that happened at practice.
Like you have like a big like funny moment, or it's like Todd just everything just locked in, just can't laugh, bro. Like you're just cooked.
Nah, it's actually we actually have a lot of funny moments at practice. Okay. Actually do.
One that you could tell me without getting anybody in trouble.
Huh? Oh yeah, for sure. I got you. Trust me, I was ready.
Yeah, this one time Ruben and this guy did it.
So what had happened was, let me stop.
Like one time, bro, everybody in the facility started fighting.
Yeah. No, I'll say the funniest thing that happened. I gotta think. Hold on, the funniest.
Bro, it has like 7 different thoughts, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's a good one. It was a crazy thing that happened. That one, I can't say that one, but I'm just kidding.
Oh man. Let's see. Dang, bro, I'm really trying to think, bro.
Well, shoot, bro. If it's blanking on you, we'll come back to it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no,
100%. 100%.
Oh man.
100%. 100%. So tell me about film.
Film? Film's pretty funny.
No, like watching film.
Oh, watching film? Watching film's pretty fun.
Okay. You enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy watching film, man. I enjoy it, bro. Watching film is fun.
If you're an athlete, you need to watch your film.
100%. You got to watch your film.
Watch your film.
You have to. It's important.
It's important,
man. You got to learn what the other team does.
Yeah.
You got to learn what the player tendencies are. You just got to learn just the ins and outs of every team, especially when you go up against them. So I would watch film. I think it's very beneficial, and I think it would take you far. 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. Funny moment at practice yet?
Probably the funniest moment in practice is I don't know. I don't know. Now, okay, let me think of one, bro. There's one for sure. There's one for sure.
All right. What about this? Since you can think about that one. What's it like? 'Cause obviously, D1 athletes. What's it like being on the same team as your brother? I feel like that has to be a crazy, cool experience.
No, I mean it's a great experience. I mean, we've been teammates. When we was like 6. We've been teammates when we was in high school. Elementary school as well. That 5 or 6 years old. Yeah, I mean that's like kindergarten, first grade.
First grade, hoopers, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we're so tough, bro.
But yeah, no, I mean we've been teammates growing up all the time, and being on the same collegiate team is just different. I mean, it's one of the highest levels of basketball you could be a part of, and us doing it together is different. Yeah. And not only that, just also being brothers in Christ as well.
Yeah.
It's just very special and just very unique in a way where we're not just only brothers and blood, brothers on and off the court, but we're brothers in Christ. Like I said, like it's just a different bond.
Yeah.
A different type of bond, a Jesus-centered bond.
Yeah.
Which is different than what I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's different than, playing outside and having fun. Like, yeah, no, that's a crazy bond. Like, that's a great bond. Like, that's a bond that nobody can break.
Yeah.
But there's something different
even
when
more.
Jesus is involved. Yeah, 100%. So
I think that's neat, bro. I can only imagine because, I don't know, if you're like I have a brother and I feel like I'm a cheerleader for my little brother. And, for you, I would expect, when your brother gets subbed into the game and he's, whamming on people, you're probably like,
oh, 100%,
let's go,
man.
Bro.
Look, you want to run in the court and be like, yeah. But I'm like, you can't get a text.
You
I
gotta
gotta chill,
bro.
bro. Yeah,
Chill.
chill. Can't be doing that.
Nah, but like, I mean, I'm sure there's a sense of like, pride about that because like
Mhm.
that's blood,
Yeah, no,
And then it's
100%.
like, obviously I've seen you guys in public a couple times, and
Mhm.
and I know a little bit of Isaiah's story as far as like getting baptized recently, like all that cool stuff.
Yep.
I think I can only imagine the closeness that brings, especially being like similar in age for you guys. Like me and my brother have a little bit of an age gap, but for you guys, it's like y'all are actively walking life together, like growing with each other. Like I can only imagine, bro. That's awesome.
No, exactly.
And like you're saying, bro, I'm sure it's such a cool bond because it's like, hey, bro, let's watch film, but also let's hop in the word for a little bit. Like let's. So I think that's pretty neat. That's awesome, bro. But yeah, so obviously being, you would you consider this home, like Orlando's home, like Florida's home?
Yeah, Florida's home. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously being back home, at least in the state of Florida, home.
Yeah.
It's probably maybe easier now, but maybe it's not. I don't know. I can only imagine being away. It comes with a lot of, like in Ohio, there's a lot of mental struggles or mental battles. And so for you, bro, what are some things that you might have struggled with, and also maybe phrase the question better. What was the hardest mental battle for you? So things you struggle with, maybe, and then what did you use to fill them, and then what now actively do you use to fill them, and how is it differ?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
So BC, before Christ. No,
BC. No, that's what we say, bro. BC. Yeah.
BC, before Christ.
Yes, sir.
Like in Ohio, like I said, I'm far from home,
Yep.
and didn't really family would come like once or twice. I see them like a month in summer. But when I would go through something tough, like I said, a bad game,
Yeah.
or it's bad practice, or just something unfortunate in life,
Yeah.
like the first thing I did turn to was, filling it with intoxication, no matter what it might be, like whatever I get intoxicated with.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but I'm gonna put a disclaimer.
Disclaimer. For the record, the things that like, alcohol,
the
like,
things
like,
that are legal,
like not,
legal. Yo.
Bro, you should,
Oh my god. Yeah,
this ain't getting cut out, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
no, like just.
Yeah.
Basic struggles, right? You
No,
try to
for
fill
sure.
this massive void with alcohol, or maybe females, or whatever it looks like, just as any man or dude does, right? That's no secret. Like if you're a guy watching this, there's at some point in your life, if you have struggled, unless you're just a saint, which I've not met anyone that's perfect yet, other than I didn't meet Jesus, but there's only one, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, obviously, we usually fill these voids, like, I'm sad, so let me go out to the clubs, right? Because there's going to be a girl that made me feel better, or there's going to be a drink that, maybe don't taste good, but I'm going to drink it anyways. Yeah. Or there's going to be, this or that, like, whatever it looks like. I think we're always looking for a void, or we have a void that we have to fill. And so, being in a tough battle, like a mental battle, like, okay, well, I'm in a slump shooting. I feel like it's probably something pretty common for basketball players. You might go out to a club and drink or do whatever, but now that you follow Jesus, like what's the drastic difference in that? Obviously, maybe you haven't played a game yet fully after like actually locked in on Jesus, but even at practice, I'm sure there's been a difference in how you carry yourself. So how do you think that's kind of like the void? I guess how does that help? That make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, it helps. It helps a lot because, as I said previously, when you put your faith in something that's so up and down, you put your mood in something that's so up and down, you are going to have those highs and lows. But when you put your faith and you put your worth in something that's firm, as something that is very loving, let's say, very loving, very intentional.
And I would also add like tangible. Like you can feel the if you're locked in, bro, like doing the things you need to do, like you feel the presence of God, I believe. Like at least for me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
No, 100%. No, I agree with that. Like when you do put your faith in God, like He makes sure that His presence is felt.
Right.
And when you do miss a shot, I'm not gonna say you're never gonna get mad again. Like I still get mad,
of course.
But you start to realize, like, oh, it's all good. Like it's gonna be okay. My worth is not in if I miss a shot.
Yeah.
My worth is in Jesus. And like if something happens and you worried about what people think, it's like, wait, why am I worried about what they think when Jesus already deemed me as worthy?
Yeah.
He already written down who I am in His eyes. Why am I thinking about what humans think?
Yeah.
People who are filled with a lot of sin. Why? Why? And that's something that has helped me, especially as I switched over to filling the void with Jesus. It's just knowing that Jesus is always on my side,
Yeah.
no matter what. That no matter what I do, He's gonna be there for me. He's gonna be there to comfort me. Be there to let me know when I am doing wrong,
Yeah.
to correct me. Be there to just convict me of things when I am doing good,
Mm-hmm.
or even when I am doing bad, when I'm
Right.
sinning, or when I am in my word and I learn something new, and I'm like, wow, God, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just something that I've appreciated,
Yeah.
something that I've hold to my heart because it's something that changed my life for
Yeah.
the better, especially being in a sport and heavy critic,
Yeah.
life that we're living in.
Yeah, dude. I think what's crazy is it's kind of sad, and this is going to flow into the next question.
Mhm.
Is at the level you're at, right? There is D1 basketball. There's some maybe pro leagues, and then there's the NBA.
Mhm.
You're at the top percent, like you're there. I think what's so sad, bro, is there's so many people that have so high expectations that even I don't feel God has on us. Like we have these.
Mm.
Obviously, you guys had two massive guards coming in from the portal. Like there's these crazy expectations,
Mhm.
and obviously they played the season and did what they did. But but like man, or even DJ Lagway, right? He had these massive expectations, and it's like man, these are expectations that you can't expect people to perform under. And I think what's crazy is people actually let those influence them, and I think it's common. It does happen.
No,
If I had these
100%.
crazy expectations,
Yeah.
I would crumple under it because it's real. Like you know. But I think what's cool is for you, bro, is whatever expectations you may have. It's like okay, those are there. Like you see them, you're not gonna you know that's that.
Yeah.
Okay, well AJ Brown better do this or this, but also it's like man, AJ Brown is called way higher than just
No,
a basketball
100%.
player. And so it's like man, it kind of tore me up because I would see X would have a bad game or Boog would have a bad game, and you could tell, like they know. Like I mean, you're a basketball player, like you see it, you feel it. It's this person, and it's like, man, you see people in comment sections just trashing them, and it's like,
Yeah.
dude, like Jesus would not be trashing people like that.
No, 100%.
And so I think what's cool is finding your identity in basketball. And I'm not saying these guys have it. I don't know these guys personally.
Yeah.
But finding your identity in basketball is slippery slope because, like you said, it's something that's so inconsistent.
Mhm.
Right? You can have these super highs and super lows. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like Jesus is like this constant,
Exactly.
right? Like he don't change. He don't.
Mhm.
And again, like you have the basketball highs and lows, but you have like Jesus that's like the highest level of high, this constant. And I think that's so cool. But again, now back to what we were talking about more. Being in a sport, faith isn't the most dominant thing. I think getting your identity stuck in your sport. Weightlifters is how much they can lift. Football players is quarterback, got to be the best quarterback, or got to be the best this and that, or basketball, I got to be the best shooter, right? I got to do all these things.
Mhm.
Especially at D1 level, like you have to probably think you're probably the best guy. At least I would
Yeah.
think, like you would,
Mhm.
But with faith not being the most dominant thing, and maybe identity in sport, or maybe even just being lost because you're an athlete. There's so many opportunities for you as an athlete, and that can be good opportunities or bad, right? That can be, you go out, walk the street, you're going to get 17 high fives and hey bros, how you doing? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Also, it leads into temptation, right? You walk down the street and, oh, well, I get free beer now. I get free this or that. And so for you, bro, being in a sport, faith isn't the most dominant thing. What does it look like for you to be a light to your teammates, but also people around you? Because I see you all the time, bro, just in person, like not even trying to. Or a couple nights before Easter, you were having a sign, Easter at the O-Dome, like representing Jesus.
Mhm.
What does that mean to you, and why do you do it?
Now, ultimately, I do things to bring His kingdom glory.
Right.
Like that's why we are put in certain places. That's why we are having this podcast right now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm playing basketball. I'm not playing basketball for myself. I'm not playing basketball for anybody else. I'm playing basketball to have a platform to give give God the glory, and one way that I do it is, especially in the locker room, just be like you said, to be the light.
Yeah.
I'm just that person who's always positive, person who's always smiling, laughing, joking around. Just somebody who's, just a light to others. Somebody who's, when somebody's having a bad game or a bad day, just go up to them and be like, hey, bro, keep your head up, keep it moving, keep pushing. It's just always smiling, something that I've always lived with, even before, like, since I can remember. I'm always smiling, always having a positive attitude. Like, I've always been optimistic because there's always light in darkness that you can walk through, no matter what you're walking through, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always. Yeah. So just having that attitude definitely helped me be a light and encourage people that, even though you're going through something tough, something that you might not think you deserve, that you can always be positive and look at it a different perspective, and a perspective that will, just lighten up your mood, or just change up your whole mindset on how things are going. Like, don't always look at the negatives in life, but look at the positives, because once you start focusing on the negatives, then that's when you do, like you say, you go on that slippery slope of just thoughts and bad thoughts, and then you start thinking yourself a certain way. But when you are positive, you're like, wait a minute, I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
This is something I get through now. It's just an obstacle I gotta get over. So just being positive and just always smiling and showing others that no matter what you're going through, it's gonna be okay. You can always have a smile on your face, no matter what, on good and bad days. It's something that I try to do, especially on and off the court as a human.
Yeah, because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's like, okay, bro, like, you follow Jesus, like, what does that really matter?
Yeah.
You know? Or for, a person that don't know who Jesus is, like, that really don't mean nothing to me. But it's like, bro, like, it means everything. Like, being able to show people that there's a love, because obviously you might be a loving guy, but I would probably argue, at least for me, I know it's true, that you became more loving once you understood the love of Jesus. Right? Like, you're able to love more because he loved you deeper than you've ever been able to.
Yeah, you start to understand, like, wait a minute, I really gotta love my enemies.
Right? It's crazy,
like,
bro.
people you're like, wait a minute. Usually I don't have beef for anybody, but like, now it's like, I'm not gonna despise them for what they did or what happened, because we all have our faults. We all make mistakes. We all do this and that. Like, I can't be mad that they just fell into human nature.
That's it, bro.
Like, I'm gonna love you for who you are and who you are in Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, I can't hate on you because you did something that's in your nature. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm probably gonna make somebody else mad.
Right.
I'm probably gonna disappoint somebody and make a mistake on somebody's behalf. But it's this understanding that that's just human nature and who we are, and just loving everybody, even if we have our faults, even if we do collide. It's just like, hey, just know I still love you, though. Like, you know, some things obviously gonna change. Like, I'm not gonna, be around you, do certain things, but like, I'm just know that I love you all my heart, no matter what.
Yeah. But I think what's neat about following Jesus, like, in depth, I'm not like, to boost my ego. I've done it for a while now. That sounds kind of like it's a job. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, by the way, man, I've been doing this thing for 10 years.
I'm on my 8th year already.
Yeah. Just trying to. That's funny.
I can't touch a basketball court, bro. I ain't talking about Jesus, bro. But nah, bro. So I think what's awesome is you said you've like locked in since July. I've been decently, I would say I've been locked in for probably 4 or 5 years now. I think what's so cool is you never stop learning. Like, you never stop growing deeper love for people. And I think that's so neat, bro. Like, you have this great opportunity as a basketball player, as you're saying, like, this platform isn't for me anymore. Right at Ohio, it probably was like, it's all about AJ.
100%. I was like, hey, man, hey, we might lose, but as long as I have a great game, I'm fine with that. I can go home and be like, hey, I did what I could.
AJ didn't lose, bro.
Yeah, right.
I remember I was in high school, bro. We'd lose a football game or something. Like, I ain't lose, bro.
Hey, y'all lost.
I ain't lose.
Hey, you didn't help. No, it's not.
I didn't lose, but y'all lost.
Yeah.
But nah, bro, it's so cool when it's like, it's actually pretty neat to hopefully get to watch as you continue along in your career, but also, whatever is after, however long it goes, is, I think once you meet Jesus and turn your eyes to him, you understand that this thing's going to be long term. Like, you're not just going to be arrived.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's neat is, like, man, I've been following Jesus for 5 years, you follow it for a year, and, obviously you talk really well, like, you seem like you're super locked in on it, and so that's awesome. But it's like, man, it's like, dude, I'm excited to see how God uses you because of how you're, like, already here. You know what I'm saying? So it's neat, bro. So this is a question I have. Your favorite verse a long time ago or a while ago was like Philippians 4:13, right?
It was like growing
right?
up, it was like one of the ones.
Yeah.
Like I memorized. I'm like, yeah, I know this
and
one.
Then you said recently, I think in the podcast was that you have been reading more and like you're learning more verses. Do you have one now that sticks out? I know this is like a random off the hip. Do you have one that's like kind of like out there right now?
Dang, now I gotta think about like what I've been reading.
Yeah, or even like a story, bro. Like just something that's, like my little story earlier today. If you know Eli and Samuel.
Yeah, no, there's too many Old Testament stories.
So basically, I was telling this story. I was reading, I think yesterday or the day before, and I was reading in Samuel, and basically Samuel was called by God, and he didn't know who he was because he never heard about God. And Eli was like, hey, bro, you should talk to God. And so Samuel's like, all right, cool. So Samuel listens to God, speaks to God. And Eli's like, what'd he say? Eli's this old blind dude that's like 90 years old. And basically, Samuel's like, yeah, bro, God said your family's cooked, bro. And so, long story short, Eli's people get smoked. They just die. And somehow Eli's like standing at a gate, bro, or something, and he falls and breaks his back, bro. Or it says Eli was 90 and blind, and he was a heavy man. And he fell and snapped his neck or something.
Why'd he add that?
And then he died. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah. By the way, he was heavy. Yeah.
He was heavy. I was like, I lost it. I love that. But anyways, bro. Yeah. Do you have a little story that's funny? You think? Or like
I say something that's
cool.
Relating to me now.
Yeah.
Is probably what I'm reading. Well, what I'm reading right now is what I mentioned before, Ecclesiastes.
So everything's pointless.
Yeah, basically,
like shooting basketball is pointless.
Swimming basketball is pointless, man. Walking is pointless.
Talking is pointless.
Talking is pointless. Breathing might as well be pointless. But outside of that, I say the story that I've been intrigued on the most is Paul. It's just realizing that you're never too far gone.
Yeah.
You're never too far gone from Jesus' grace, Jesus' love, Jesus' I guess mercy. You're never too far gone to receive Jesus in your life. Like,
it's crazy.
Like, it's insane to think that Paul was really out there just killing Christians. Killing Christians. Like, hey, look, you believe what would you say about Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. And
then like get the switch out, bro.
Exactly. Wait, say that again. All right. Boom. And then now just using him as one of the most impactful leaders, teachers, apostles in the New Testament.
Writing so much of it.
Writing so much and teaching so many people is just encouraging to me. Yeah. And I think should be encouraging to you guys as well. That no matter how far you think you are, no matter how far you might think that you are from God, that he is there with open arms waiting for you. Like he's there like, come back, my son, my daughter. Come back to me and just know that my way is the best way, that my way is better than whatever anybody can offer you.
Yeah.
And just knowing that God can use somebody as Paul to be one of the biggest and most impactful people in preaching his word and really relaying his message to bring so many people into His kingdom
Yeah.
is just, like I said, encouraging, and it just lightens me up and just fires me up. It's like, hey God, I don't know what you got for me, I don't know what you got in plan, but God, just use me as your vessel, use me any way you need me,
Yeah.
in order to give you the glory. Like, one thing that I talked to somebody about, he was like, do things not to seek your own glory, but to seek His.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I try to live by. Like, everything that I do, I don't want to do it to seek my own glory. I want to do it to seek His.
Yeah.
And like, if it's in your will, let it be done. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what it might be, if you gotta take something away and put me somewhere else and do certain type of things, that if it's in your will, let it be done.
Yeah.
Like, if it is to glorify you at the end, then
So be
I'm
it.
all for it. So be it.
So be it.
Shout out Tiffany Hudson. So be it. No, like, stop.
Well, bro, I think that's probably, unless you have a practice story, but I think that's probably a great place to end.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think that was a great word, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, guys, this is AJ Brown. Thank you for joining us, brother.
Hey, I am AJ Brown, and how I messed up in the past when we did the recording on the basketball court, I said here, I am here on the behalf. But I am here on the behalf of Jesus Christ.
I believe.
Hey, nah, but for real, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate you having me,
been
man.
awesome, dude.
For sure.
Yep. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you, AJ.
Yes,
So
appreciate
see you in the next one.
See you next one.